بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، وصلي وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى أهله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد، المسجد الأقصى, the path to freedom in accordance with the Quran and Sunnah and the understanding of the Salafus Saleh. Concerning the peace treaty with the Jews, the religious edict fatwa of Sheikh Abdulaziz bin Baz rahimahullah. Question: the Palestinians are in disagreement as to what their stance should be towards participating in the peace process. Hamas is in opposition to the process and calls to resistance, while the Palestinian Authority is in agreement with the peace process. It seems those asking the question that the general Palestinian street public is in support of the Palestinian Authority. Who then are the people obliged to obey? And what is the stance of those who are abroad? We request that you show the truth of the matter, because there is fear that fighting may ensue between the two groups of Palestinians. In ending my dialogue with your eminence and noting that Allah has placed acceptance and love in the hearts of the masses for you, I request of you to give the youth of this Ummah words of advice that encapsulate the means to happiness in the worldly life and the hereafter, along with the promotion of this deen and its people. I ask Allah to grant us all success in all matters. Ameen. Answer: I advise all the Palestinians to agree upon seeking peace so as to help one another into pity. We issue this edict to bring an end to the bloodshed and to unite the divided world upon the truth in defiance of our enemies who call us to unity and disagreement. It's upon the leader and the rest of those in authority to institute the Sharia of Allah and compel the Palestinian people to its dictates for a surety. With its Sharia there is true delight and collective betterment for all. And surely this is a commandment from Allah to Muslims that it's an obligation for them to fulfill as long as they are able, as has been stated by him in Surah Al-Ma'idah. وأن حكم بينهم بما أنزل الله ولا تتبع أهواهم. And so judge, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, between them and by what Allah has revealed, and follow not their vain desires. And up to his subhanahu wa ta'ala have said, أَفَحُكْمُ الْجَاهِلِيَّةِ يَبْغُونَ وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ مِنَ اللَّهِ حُكْمًا لِقَوْمٍ يُوقِنُونَ. Do they seek the judgment of the days of ignorance? And who is better in judgment than Allah for people who have faith? Al-Ma'idah 550. And he sallallahu has said in Surah Al-Nisa, لا وربك لا يؤمنون حتى يحكموك فيما جرى بينهم ثم لا يجدوا في أنفسهم حرجا مما قضيت ويسلموا تسليما. But no, by your Lord they can have no faith until they make you, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, judge in all dispute between them, and find themselves no resistance against your decisions, and accept them with full submission. And Nisa 465. And he says in Surah Al-Ma'idah, وَمَنْ لَمْ يَحْكُم بِمَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْكَافِرُونَ. And whoever does not judge by what Allah has revealed, such are the kafirun, that is disbelievers of a lesser degree, as they do not act on Allah's law. وَمَنْ لَمْ يَحْكُم بِمَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الظَّالِمُونَ. And whoever does not judge by which Allah has revealed, such are the Zalimun, police or wrongdoers of a lesser degree. Al-Ma'idah 5 and verse 45. وَمَنْ لَمْ يَحْكُم بِمَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْفَاسِقُونَ. And whoever does not judge by what Allah has revealed, then such people are fasiqun, the rebellious, the disobedient of lesser degree to Allah. Al-Ma'idah 5 and 47. From this verse and other similar to them, we come to know that it is obligatory upon all the Muslims instead to govern the people with the Sharia of Allah, and to wary of governing with that which is opposite. We did the Sharia is their delight, victory, and salvation in the worldly life and the hereafter. We ask Allah with His divine blessed names and lofty attribute to grant them Palestinians success to establish the laws of Allah, and to rectify with righteousness their leadership, and aid them in establishing His Sharia in all matters. Surely He is the governor of this affair and is able to facilitate it on these conditions. On this occasion, I advise all Muslims, wherever they may be to come to unanimous agreement upon this deen, and to recognize the true reality of al-ibadah which they have been created for, its maintenance and performance. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said regarding this, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. And I, Allah, created not the jinns and humans except they should worship me alone. He also said, يَا أَيُّهَا النَّاسُ اعْبُدُوا رَبَّكُمْ الَّذِي خَلَقَكُمْ وَالَّذِينَ مِن قَبْلِكُمْ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. O man, can worship your Lord Allah who created you and those who are before you, so that you may become al-muttaqun. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has explained this verse in numerous passages within his great book and in the sunnah of his trustworthy messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The reality of it ibadah is to single him out in all acts of worship, to heed and to specifically turn to him alone in ibadah, which incorporate fearing him, relying solely upon him, taking a vow, praying, fasting, and surrendering to him alone, along with all acts of worship that involve obeying his orders and avoiding what he has prohibited. Resultantly, it is to be known that ibadah is Islam. Iman, taqwa, birr requires in all of its forms. Huda and obedience to Allah and His Messenger. All of that has been branded ibadah, for they are all acts of associated with submission and humbling oneself before Allah. It is ends and obligation upon all those who are mukallifin to worship Him alone and to free themselves from His wrath and punishment and the sincerity of actions, identifying Him alone with their worship, fulfilling His obligations, and abstaining from His prohibition. They are governing with His laws, advising and commanding one another to truth and patient. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وتعاونوا على البر والتقوى ولا تعاونوا على الإثم والعدوان واتقوا الله إن الله شديد العقاب. Help one another in bir and taqwa, virtue, righteousness, and pity, but do not help one another in a sin and transgression and fear Allah. Verily Allah is severe in punishment. Al-Ma'idah 5:2. And Isa said, وَالْأَصْرِ إِنَّ فِي خُسْرٍ الَّذِينَ آمَنوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. But by Al-Asr, the time, verily man is in loss, except those who believe in Islamic monotheism and do righteous good deeds and recommend one another in the truth, that is, to order one another to perform all kinds of good deeds. Al-Ma, which Allah has ordained, and abstain from all kinds of sins and evil deeds. Al-Munkar, which Allah has forbidden, and recommend one another to patience for sufferings, harms, and injuries which one may encounter in Allah's cause during preaching His religion of Islamic monotheism or jihad, etc. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has deliberately expressed in the exalted surah that humanity in its entirety is in a state of loss, except those who have faith, working righteous deeds and recommending patience and truth to one another. Surely these select few shall be the victorious, successful, and blessed in the dunya and the akhirah. And the rest of the statement, إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, implies that they believe in Allah, holding Him as their Rabb, and Ilah, who is solely deserving and worthy of worship. They believe in the Messenger as well as Messenger as well as all other messengers. They believe in all that has been revealed by Him subhanahu wa ta'ala to His Messenger regarding Jannah and Nar, the eternal fire, the accounting reward and punishment, and other matters to believe in the Asin Ghaib. These then, and along with their belief, they work righteous deeds, fulfilling what Allah has obligated and abstaining from what has been deemed haram, owing to their sincerity and honesty of intention. Then, and along with their belief, they recommend the truth through sincerity to one another, blessing and enjoying al-ma'ruf and forbidding al-munkar, all the while remaining in a state of patience and seeking Allah's reward, fearing His retribution. They are those who shall be granted victory. They are those who shall be successful. They are those who shall be pleased in the dunya and the akhirah. We ask Allah with His divinely blessed names and love attributes to make us and all our brothers who are from amongst them those who have the preceding traits. We beseech Him subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant access to all of the Muslims wherever they may be, wherever they may reside, blessing them with uprightness and patience upon this trait, and investing one another. Surely He is all hearing, the near. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyina Muhammad wa alihi wa sahbihi, and may Allah's praise and blessing be upon our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his family, and upon his family, companions, and followers. The follow-up questions stemming up from the